Hey, yo. I don't know what happened there. What's going on, though, brothers? Sorry we're late, just like old times. Waiting on me.
Yeah.
Looks like old times. Come on now.
I forgot how it used to feel, bro.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was early last week. It was a couple weeks ago. I gave you one.
Hey, bro, you gave me at least a 30-minute warning. You're like, hey, man, by the way, I'm doing Father's Day shit. I'm going to be late. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
No, it's all good.
I thought
Happy to be
Fable was
here,
gonna be
dude.
the one that, but man, glad to be here, man. Fucking back again. Feels just like yesterday we were killing it with Obsession, man. I told Fable hit me up as soon as we were done. He's like, bro, what the hell? You ain't hit me up? I was like, I didn't know if you could make it to the theater because I know he's always so busy. I was like, but we're doing Backrooms, so I was gonna see if Verno wanted to join too, but I was like, it'd probably be tough for him, so I figured I'll ask him on the next one. I didn't want to pressure him, especially with Father's Day. I was like, it's hard enough to get one father in here, especially when it's his birthday week and Father's Day. Come on now.
Yeah, and Father's Day is still relatively new to Verno, so like he's still like there's still a shine to it. And it's not like Fable's probably like a lot of fathers I know who's like, it's Father's Day, I get to do what I want, right?
Yeah, leave me the fuck alone.
No soccer games, no fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
well, man, I
appreciate go to bed.
But yeah, I appreciate you joining us, Fable, man. It's always good to have you, man. Been too long.
Excited, man. When I heard DHS was coming back, I was just like, what? Hell yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. It was gone too long, man. I took a fucking break and that shit ended up being like 6 months. I was like, take a little couple weeks off for the holidays and then just
now let's be honest, bro. Dylan went into the Amazon warehouse, got lost in them back rooms.
Yeah.
Got back out. He's now.
finally made it
You don't
out.
even see his leg, dude. He's got like a fucking table chair for his leg, dude. You don't even know, man.
Right. But yeah, man. So two movies, man. Normally, like we were saying, normally we'd kick it off with like an 80s classic or something, and we went with Obsession, and then you were like, fuck it, let's do Backrooms, because those are the two movies, especially we were talking about Obsession. That was just Obsession and Backrooms were just
Bro, when you look at the
going
movies
crazy.
of 2026 so far, and I know we're only like approaching halfway through the year,
Yeah.
the story is all about Backrooms and Obsession. That's what
Yeah.
the story is. Those are the movies making money because they have low budgets and they're getting word of mouth and they're spreading. And that's why it was super appropriate when you bring DHS. In fact, it's not that we are covering these movies and bringing DHS back. These movies happened because DHS was ready to come back. Do you get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Just so happened they came back right around the time we came back. Perfect timing. Yeah, I would say probably Disclosure Day came out and all that, and those two are probably still killing it. I mean, I didn't look at this week's, but I bet you like they're still killing it. I actually watched Disclosure Day. Scarp had told me he like almost walked out because he saw it in theaters too, and I was like, I saw it, but maybe because I had heard he like hated it. He was like, it's shot well, this and that, like, but he was like, man, I didn't hate it, but you could tell Spielberg has kind of lost that magic. You know what I mean? But it was still good. It still felt like Spielberg. It had a great score, but they kind of underutilized it. But I kind of feel like how probably Robbie felt when he was reviewing The Bride. Everyone was shitting on The Bride, and you liked that movie, I remember.
Yes.
Everyone was hating on Disclosure Day, and I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't love it, but Emily Blunt was fantastic in it, and it was shot really well. It like Spielberg has not lost his touch with any of that, But I guess the script had like 44 or 52 drafts, so I don't know if that, but a draft could be like literally they change like a couple things and then just update and they're like draft 2, so I don't know how different, but 44 drafts is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So you were talking about the weekend, right? The weekend box office. Toy Story 5 dominates, of course, with 160 mil.
That came out, yeah.
Disclosure Day at 17 million in its second week. That's a big drop off for Disclosure Day. But right behind that, Obsession with 14 million this weekend.
Crazy.
Backrooms with 7 million.
Dude.
They're still number 3 and number 4.
Yeah.
That these movies have staying
Holy
power.
shit.
That's something
And
we have not
Obsession-
seen that in the theaters in years. y'all.
Obsession is fucking like, I mean, that's like a month at least right now.
Yeah,
a month and a
Obsession was
half
before
maybe.
Backrooms, right? It came out
Yeah.
like a week
Yeah.
or two.
Oh yeah, it was before. I think it was like at least 2 weeks before. I want to say at least.
Dude, when you're talking about movie like week 5 of a low budget horror film and you're still
14
raking in
now.
$15 million,
yeah,
that's
when it didn't even cost 1 million. It was like 750,000 to make that. Like,
Yeah.
fucking nuts.
and this
And,
one couldn't have been far behind in its
I
budget.
think it was 10. I think that got made for 10, but still, it almost made the 10 just this week.
Right.
Exactly.
I think it was 10 though. And they didn't have to really do much because I saw with Disclosure Day, it was like 150, which I was surprised because that's kind of cheap for Spielberg. But then they spent 80 million to advertise.
Yeah.
For advertising.
Well, with
Fucking-
Backrooms, I'm sure most of that budget was what Chiwetel Ejiofor, like
I was
just
gonna
because
say,
he's-
or just like
just the
little
cast
shots
in
of
general.
the
They're more
background.
known, right? And some of
Yeah.
the special effects, right? But
But
like,
that's isn't that like the history of horror? Always comes in to save the day. Always comes in to save Hollywood's ass.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, I think
But
people are a little bit. I mean, I'm probably speaking for myself mostly. I love He-Man. I love Mortal Kombat. I love all the nostalgic plays. But I think it's wearing thin on people, and people are looking for some original story, something new. Toy Story, set that aside because that's the kids, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But like everything else, I think this just proves, man, that people want something new, and that horror is always going to save the day.
Yeah. Because a lot of people will complain too. They'll be like, you guys are begging for new original stuff, but then it doesn't do too well. But it's like, okay, but it's just because it's original doesn't mean it's gonna hit always, you know, like what was that fucking movie, man? It was a horror movie, and it was like about the birds and shit. What was that? But it was
The
terrible.
birds?
No,
I'm just
not the bird. It was like where this chick, it was like there's like this scientific shit going on, and it was like this bird like creature thing. Oh my god, that's gonna kill me. I saw it in theaters and it was fucking terrible. But it was an original idea. I think it had that girl from Euphoria. Because I'm curious if you guys saw this one.
I don't know. Are you talking about Sydney Sweeney, or are you talking about
No, it was like
Zendaya?
No, it's that Hunter Schafer.
Those are the only two people I know in that show. So
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. I haven't seen that. No, I haven't seen. That's about killer birds.
Dude, it's
That makes sense now.
Well, the director saw like a hummingbird documentary and decided to make a horror movie after seeing a hummingbird documentary. It's fucking weird as shit, and yeah, there was some shit in that where I was tempted to walk out, and I never like. There's only like one or like the only time I ever wanted to walk out of a movie was Jurassic World Dominion. I was like, fucking get me out of here, dude. I usually am like always like my girl will be looking at me. She's like, because she's just staring at her phone. I'm like, what? And she'd be like, this fucking movie sucks. And I was like, well, give it a chance. It could, make a comeback or something. But, because I usually always like, I'm like, I paid for this. I'm about to sit through this shit.
Right.
But, speaking of.
We started the 2026 movie season on PCP Movie Night with the Jurassic Park franchise, the whole World Park franchise. That's the worst movie, dude. That movie sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I wanted to walk out of it, and I was at home.
I love the first like 40 minutes of Fallen Kingdom, especially the opening, like when it's like that whole dark and they kind of do the Jaws homage with the fucking one like crocodile.
Yeah, then you get this sad crying brontosaurus dying on the fucking right. Yeah, Fallen Kingdom's actually better than people.
Up until that, like right when that, like once they leave the island, it's fucking great. And then as soon as they leave the island, you're like, okay, now we're fucking going downhill.
I don't know. I like rich motherfuckers in an auction getting eaten by dinosaurs.
Yeah, I like that.
I guess that's not bad, but the fucking shit with the little girl and clone, whatever the hell.
They never went anywhere with that, dude. And the whole they created a partner for fucking old dude, right? Yeah. Like it's just so stupid for Hammond.
Oh yeah,
he's got a partner we never knew about. He cloned a dinosaur, human hybrid, maybe.
Yeah. To clone his
let's just be very thankful because the original ideas for Jurassic Park 3 were about like human raptor hybrids. Could you imagine the franchise? It actually, we may have been discussing that in Action Fest if they would have went that route, right? Yeah. But like, I don't know. I feel like Jurassic Park needs to now hit Fast and Furious and create a Dino Riders franchise.
There you go.
Like Fast and Furious and Jurassic World combine, and it launches Dino Riders.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. But I know
Universal can have that for free. Vin Diesel, all I want is a case of Corona.
Remember Vin Diesel created that one company, the like shark figures or whatever? You guys remember that?
Street Sharks. He didn't create it, but he was like one of the first spokesmen.
He was one of one of the, maybe he probably had his hand in fucking in the pot to get some money off.
No, he was just an actor. He got hired to do a stupid ass gig. He probably got paid $50 to do. He probably got some free action figures to do that shit.
Yeah, probably. But I know you hated Masters of the Universe. I actually really liked it because I saw it the day after that we talked about it, and I took my stepson and my brother Ethan because we all grew up with Masters of the Universe. Like He-Man was our shit. My mom even loved She-Ra, so that was a big one. And I just the trailers were selling me, man. And I was expecting so much more of him on Earth. I was so happy that because a lot of people, he's on Earth for half the movie. He's only on Earth for 15 minutes. And the movie's over 2 hours. I really liked it, man. I know you didn't like it. We'll have to. I'm curious, what you didn't like about it, but I really liked it.
Well, I'm not prepared to discuss and dive into Masters of the Universe tonight.
I know another time we'll talk about
I
it.
always feel everybody that's been seeing me, it happened at Heroes Con all last week. They'd be like, "Yo, Robbie, it's so nice to meet you. I'm a big fan of your channel. Why do you not like Masters of the Universe?"
Really? You're like, dude, I like Mortal Kombat 2. Like, at least I liked one of them. Did you like Mortal Kombat 2?
I haven't seen MK2 actually.
Oh, dude, that one was good. That one was great. I'm really hyped for Street Fighter 2. That should be good. But yeah, Mortal Kombat.
Street Fighter's not going to be good, bro. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
The cinematography looks great, at least.
No,
I know.
No, it doesn't. What are you talking about?
Yes, it does.
Fable, have you seen this trailer? Like,
yeah,
have you also has Dylan seen the same trailer as us?
Yes, I've seen it. It looks cheesy fun. I mean, come on, we're coming from.
No, you said good. You didn't say fun. You said good.
Well, I mean, not better than Mortal Kombat 2, but I mean, I guess we got all these wrestlers making their acting debuts, so that I'm not prepared for that. But it looks fun. It looks fun. The cinematography I thought looked cool because it's kind of like I don't know, like the colors and everything. I really liked.
Dude, they're gonna give us the Street Fighter video game in a movie, and it's gonna be really bad. But it might be awesome. The last Street Fighter movie, or not the last one, but the Van Damme one with Raul Julia is a really bad movie, but it's so awesome. So
yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping.
It might be one of those, right?
That's what I'm hoping with this.
It might be one of those where it's like it's so terrible, but you have fun with it. Like,
yeah,
it does give me Double Dragon vibes though when I look at it. I'm like, this is good.
And here's the thing, especially in 2026, you don't put that wig on Cody Rhodes and not know what you're doing. Right. So I feel like they know what they're doing. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, you got Jason Momoa as Blanca and all that. It looks fun, but they got the Late Night of the Devil guy to play
Bison. That's one of my problems, man.
That looks good. I think that was a good cast, though. You don't like that?
I think that's one of my problems. But then again, if we were doing this in 1994, I might have said that about Raul Julia, not the guy to play the role. Should get like one of the. Should get what's the fucking what's his name? Cholo Bong or what the fuck his name is from fucking Bloodsport. Like I would have been like let's get somebody like
Bolo.
Young Bolo. Yeah. Bolo Young, is that his name?
Yeah, Bolo.
Yeah. So like get somebody intimidating and like fucking rude, but like Raul Julia killed it. So I think that David, I don't remember his last name, Mascacalian or something like that. My heart is open to Street Fighter, bro. I'm just gonna say that. But do not expect it to be good.
Well, when I said good, I probably should have more said like just kind of like dumb fun, you know.
Bro, this is my second Dylan's Horror Show in like a year, man. I almost forgot your ranking. Like what? I almost forgot the value of the slip compared to the value of the you dig.
There's different levels. There's different levels of the slip. Come on. When I say, you know what I mean? Like when I say fucking certain movies are good, I got like different levels for it, you know.
Don't let him patronize you, bro. You know, have you seen PCP movie night lately?
Yeah.
Your dick ain't doing so good either, man.
Right.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. We're about to talk about a French film tomorrow night. You just wait and see, man.
Right. Well,
we're high class over at PCP, man.
Hey man, we'll bring a foreign movie over here. We got when is that the foreign night coming?
Hey. Shh.
Oh,
I'm not supposed to know about that yet.
Oh, I got you. Well, we're gonna do foreign night. We'll get some fancy stuff over here. There's plenty of like Italian and stuff we haven't touched yet. So, because I would say like we didn't do any. I don't think we ever did any Japanese or horror or anything. I know you love like Takashi Mike and all that Mike or whatever. So
yeah,
there's a bunch we still gotta dive into. We've just been doing new stuff lately. So, but yeah. So before we keep talking about all the movies coming out, because we could go all day, especially since it's summer. Yeah, we'll dive into some Backrooms 2026, directed by Kane Parsons, the youngest director of all time, I guess. He was like 19 or something. Maybe he was 18 while filming, something like that. But I guess he was the youngest director ever. And I'm not gonna lie, man. don't know shit about the Backrooms like history. I don't know if either of you ever got into any of that. Like I kind of would just catch a meme of it every now and then, but I guess like there's like Kane Parsons, who I guess on YouTube his name is Kane Pixels. I guess he has like his lore, and then there's other people who kind of added on and made their own lore. From what I was like, because I was trying to watch like I rewatched like a leaked copy today, and then I'm watching like all the explained videos, and I'm like, these explained videos aren't doing shit for me because I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, apparently they posted. Somebody posted a photo of basically the picture that you showed on your thumbnail. It looks just like that.
Right.
And if to a fan, not a fan, a website called 4chan, which I know nothing about, but it's a forum. And people just started doing their own kind of liminal space pictures, right? Like, look at this creepy empty classroom. Look at this creepy empty blah, blah, blah. And it kept going and kept going. And then the guy you're talking about, Kane, he did his own thing as a YouTube special, I think starting in 2022. And he went back to the original photo that started it all. Okay. And he created his own universe out of it. That's what I read.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's based on like the Kane Parsons. Is that his name? Yeah. Kane Parsons, like Fable said, kind of has his own. It's like a web series or something. I've never seen any of that.
Yeah. I mean,
I know of the 4chan post just because I've seen it memed so many times. And that original post was just that photo, right? The photo that you see like kind of right there, you know, and like then like people started, like Fable said, adding lore to it, adding bits to it, pictures, video, like there's old school video and like things like that. But I knew about the Backrooms phenomena just because of memes and just because of the idea. In fact, it was when I first saw, who knows how long, but in the earlier days of like social media and things like that, like Facebook or whatnot, like the idea of the Backrooms, and like that was what caused me to look up what was liminal space, right? And then finding out what liminal space was, I was like, oh yeah, that shit's creepy. You know, you like go to a business, like if you work at a business that's closing down, or if you're shopping at a store that's closing down and everything's empty, you used to seeing it full of life and it empties out. We saw it, especially around the time that the Backrooms lore started becoming more ingrained into the zeitgeist, the fall of malls with all the back hallways and like empty spaces. Like it was crazy, right? We've all been there, seeing malls being the hubbub, like the hub of commerce in our communities, being ghost towns, right? And there is something unsettling and creepy about these places that used to be something that still feel dated yet timeless. Like, I mean, the dirty carpet, the dirty ceiling panels, the phosphorescent lights and the hum, like the sickly color, bro. That's like
the ultimate version of that for me would be during COVID, where the city got shut down, and I went downtown within that first year of COVID happening, and I've never seen Manhattan that empty, and it was freaking creepy. It was like, what the hell? Like, I thought I was in 28 Days Later or something. I'm like,
I was about to be like, that had to feel like a zombie movie or something.
I was really gonna say that. Yeah, that's wild.
I remember you talking when I was in New York. You were talking about your mom going over that bridge, having to go over the fucking bridge or something on that day and all that shit. Like, dude, that's nuts. Yeah. But like like when you go to like when Circuit City was closing down, you go there and there's like nothing fucking left, and it's just like those nasty walls and the carpet and like, but like, I love the idea of it, man, of like slipping behind the scenes of reality. It's got a video game portion to its lore, right? The idea is that you fall into a wall, but what's the word? You clip out or something like that. Is that what it's called? And you can do that in games, right? Like there's certain games, like DuckTales is one of those games where you have to like go into walls and like, but there are certain games where you can go out and you can kind of like bug the system out, and it like you wind up in these endless spaces. Mario's one of those games. Right. If you do a certain jump in a certain area, you're in an endless loop, and like that's kind of a creepy fucking thing if you think about it, dude.
It is.
Yeah, it's kind of wild that nobody ever kind of thought to do anything like this beforehand, because it's kind of such a simple idea, but creepy as hell, and kind of cool because they've added like different things. Like I had like, 'cause after the movie came out, Evan sent me something, some video, and there's like a robot type monster, and I guess there's like these like demon dogs, and then there's like a smile creature that when like the lights would go off, there would just be like this light, and it would be like a smile, and you can't look it in the face or whatever.
There are these motherfuckers that like steal your skin and put it on
Yeah,
or whatever.
Skinwalker or whatever the hell that one was called. Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking weird shit. So it's really cool that they can like this is really just a jumping off point, because I know a lot of people, like I said, there's a lot I was confused on because I'm not with that lore, and there's a big reason why this movie made so much, and people that don't even know we're going to see this. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know, and I still was intrigued because there's just something super cool and intriguing about it, even if you don't know about the lore. But yeah, there's a big community obviously that really get into this, and there's probably a lot of people that are like, yeah, man, like I might not be known for it, but like I had my hand like where I made my own little versions and threw it on the forum, you know, and they might be like, I'm known as this, like whatever forum name they go under, you know. But yeah, man, Kane said he has different ideas, you know, or he has a plan. So be very interesting to see what they do. Especially because I guess his world, you know, he has his own unique world too. So and who's the Creep guy? The guy from Creep was in this as like
Yeah,
one
I
of
saw that. I cracked up, dude, when I saw him. I was like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
It's the dude. I only know who that dude is because of Dylan.
Yeah. I love him because I guess a lot of people were going around and it was like a Toby Hooper Spielberg poltergeist situation, because this kid, they're like, how the fuck did this 18-year-old kid direct this? Because I guess the guy from Creep was brought on because he's worked with a lot of young first-time directors. So I guess for some reason they wanted him because they're like, hey, you know, maybe you could like help. And because he was asked in an interview, they were like, did you help him? Like people were saying like he couldn't have directed. They brought like somebody else, and they're just saying he directed it because they're like, no way he could have done this. He has no, you know, expertise. He's never done it before. And that guy from Creep was like, I promise you, I came on set and they wanted me there to kind of help, like just if he ever needed it. They're like, I didn't need to help him do a damn thing. They're like, he knew what he was doing and he had everything planned and he was ready to go. So I don't know how true that can be. You know, I don't think he would say that for no reason. Maybe he was just lying, but I was glad to see him, and that's kind of cool because I'm sure he'll be in the sequels because he's kind of a lesser known guy. He's not in a lot of stuff, but he's a great actor. I love him in The Creep, and
it makes sense for today's day and age, because like back in the days you kind of had to go to film school or be somebody's understudy or something like that, but these kids are creating videos since they're kids, right? And like he has this whole web series. I think he started making that when he was 16.
I was gonna say if he's 18, 19.
So he's 21 now.
He's 21
how old he is now. So he must have, like he's a teenager making these YouTube videos, and it's like that is crazy, but like they do need people to guide them, right? It's like you can ball like a motherfucker in high school, but when you get to college, you can continue to ball. When you get to the NBA, that's a different thing.
You still need someone to guide you, like you said.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it's very impressive what he's done. You know, you would never think, and that's the thing though. YouTubers are becoming filmmakers now. The Talk to Me guys. There was just that Iron Lung movie, and he, I believe, was a YouTuber.
Barker Obsession, right?
Exactly. Yeah. His stuff, I would say, is one of the few where, well, I guess the Talk to Me guys, they're Australian, but their YouTube videos were very high budget, just like the Obsession guy. His stuff was very high budget. Like you know what I mean? Like they were very particular. Like it didn't feel like Backrooms where you're like, this is shot, but they're obviously going for that certain look with the Backrooms. They want it to look like it's shot on old film camcorder. You know what I mean?
And he's just, you know, we have some prodigies too. Like he's just one of those prodigies because that Backrooms web series, all of that is computer graphics. Those Backrooms, they're not real. They're
really?
actually they're computer generated.
You tell me they didn't find some kind of endless tunnel of fucking bullshit
Yeah, no.
with 90s furniture all around? Dude, you know why I got super nostalgic about in this movie was the furniture. I was like, oh my God.
Oh man,
I was literally like, dude, I want to buy that couch.
I know.
And like, I want my whole living room look like it's from 1991, dude. We're watching Supermarket Sweep. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it old school, man.
I was thinking that today when I was watching it. I was like, dude, that furniture is nice, man. Like they just don't make furniture. Like it's got that old vintage vibe where you're like, feels like my
You tell me they got wood paneling on the arms of this couch? Oh my God. Particle board bullshit is what he was like. I was like, yeah, I love everybody. I know y'all have the same desk I did. That particle board bullshit with maybe some black steel, like black metal rods connecting it all together, some shit like that, man. We all had that shit. Don't lie. Don't lie.
Yeah. But
I had that entertainment center, man. You put like a big ass, 50-inch square ass CRT in there, man. You'd have like some opening shelves to put your VCR.
I think I still got it right back here.
I think you do, man.
Yeah. Got the little cabinet below it, and then got the where you keep the movies right below it.
You are both in the back rooms, man. What's
Yeah.
wrong with y'all, man?
Right.
Yeah, that's my new thing. I'm going live from the back rooms.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Oh, Fable's right in that doorway, right there.
just watch out over here if anything comes up where fucking over my shoulder over here.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think for a first time movie, man. They got a nice little cat. Well, I guess Chiwetel's the big sell, and then you got the creep guy. Which, if you're not a horror fan like us,
when the MCU fumbles you, where do you go? You go to A24. That's what happened here, dude. I mean, this dude's insane in the movie. He's such a good actor, and like the MCU had him, and just like don't want to do shit with him, man.
Yeah. I was thinking, I don't know who that girl is. If she's from anything, I'm sure she is Renate Renazov or something. I guess she was in that movie A Different Man, which is another A24 film. And a show called Presumed Innocent with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I'm not familiar with anything she's been in, man. So
have you heard of That Different Man with Bucky? And then it's got that guy.
I've heard of it. It's supposed to be like a dark comedy or some shit, right?
Yeah, it's got that Adam Pearson guy who's got the kind of deformed face. It's not a bad movie, but it's very, very strange and A24 type. But yeah, I didn't even know she was in those, honestly. So, but yeah, she was good in this. But obviously, you got Chiwetel, who runs a furniture store, and he's living in the furniture store because he's gotten it, or he's split from his wife, and the girl who we were just talking about, she's his therapist, so that's their connection. And I think one of my favorite scenes, besides like at the table, which kind of gives you kind of almost like a TCM type vibe when they're sitting at that table. But then I love the scene when he's sitting there talking to his therapist, and she's like, "Let's do a little role play." He's like, "I feel so silly," but he gets so into it. He's like, "Why don't you get your fat fucking ass off, and go do something?" But he's trying to recreate a conversation with him and his wife that they had the night they broke up, I guess, when he came home drunk and broke a glass, and she came downstairs to badger him, and he flipped shit because she's going to law school, he's paying for it, he's working overtime, and wants to go get some drinks after work, which you can tell he's an alcoholic, because even when he's like sleeping in the furniture store, he's just sipping whiskey like every single night, before bed. But Chiwetel's fantastic in this. They kind of don't use him that much either, like it's one of those things where you think he's the main guy, and then they switch it, and then the girl becomes the one who we're following after they kind of yeah, fucking that big tall motherfucker he straight up just eats him, right? And he starts eating. Yeah, he starts
Yes, he
eating his
does. He just
shoulder.
eats them.
Yeah, I love it too when they come in and there's that drawing of like the giant creature who I'm guessing is him, the pirate version of him, and but I love like when they're having that conversation on the table, and I guess that like three-faced girl redhead people were saying is probably his wife because there were some pictures they saw where they saw a redhead with him, so that was probably his wife. When he does the role playing in the back rooms, he cuts that chick's hair off her scalp and puts it on her. And then that fucking tall motherfucker comes in and he's just like, no, 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 it's okay, and then he's just like not scared of it. And that motherfucker just picks his ass up and just starts chowing down on him. But yeah, that was like, I was like confused. Like these people are just sitting there. He's able to just kind of stab him in the face and all this. Like, and that was another thing, like with the ending, how did she become one of those? Or because I've heard things where they say
It's kind of like
like
us.
memories.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like us, where there's like an as above, so below kind of thing. So at the end, I think they're showing the
Kind of
reflection.
like an upside down Stranger Things.
It's
Type
an upside
thing.
down. Yeah, it's exactly that. But there's multiple levels because they show that when they show her house,
Yeah,
and it's like I saw
Right.
Heavy Spoilers did a video. Like I had like
Yeah,
the briefest
that's
of
what I was
times to watch a
watching.
video, so I watched the Heavy Spoiler ones. He's like, if anybody remembers a Xerox machine, when you do a copy of a copy of a copy, you have this like loss effect, and that's
Yeah.
what's happening when they're
Yeah.
going. Basically, and it's not just
I
one
got
copy, so it's even more so than the upside down, more so than the upside down in us. It's more like copies within copies within copies. There's an infinite reality of Backrooms that, to me, I like to look at the movie and say, these are like, if you view things like The Matrix and like reality as a program or however you want to view it, these are like the discarded elements, right? And this movie, I think thematically is dealing with discarded elements, whether it's furniture or whether it's office spaces or whether it's people, right?
Yeah.
But Dylan, I'm curious because we've been rambling for a minute.
Right, I
I
know.
want to know what you think overall about the movie. Did you like it or did you not? Because
Yeah,
I got
sorry. I
some
know.
thoughts.
I was like, we've been kind of rambling. I was just thinking that as soon as you started talking. Overall, I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was shot really well. I thought it's acted really well. I love this. How there's that Shelby Oaks that tried to do where it's some of it's kind of shot on film and then some of it's like regular,
That's
just
the
normal.
Stuckman movie, right? I haven't
Yeah,
seen
that's the Stuckman. It's not bad. It's worth watching. It's not bad. But I don't think it did as well. A lot of people were disappointed about the back and forth, where I really enjoyed that in this. I think they utilized that really well. They did. And, there's not a lot of that, but I think they did really well shooting this. And, like I said, the acting is great. The score, very, very, not synthy like we're used to, but it's very, just kind of like an undertone. Like it's really just subtle, but it's really unique. Because I was listening to some of it. I even like added a couple songs on my Instagram stories.
It's droning, right?
Yeah.
It's like a droning synthy kind of thing. It doesn't have like a hooky
It's
kind
not
of
the
bit.
normal, yeah, I would say it's not like the normal synths where like it's got that hook like we're used to with Carpenter and all that. It's very.
It's oh, I forgot the word for it. It's like
That's why I was kind of trying to
like
figure out like how to
disintegrated.
word it.
It's like
Disintegrated?
disintegrated, or like when you play a tone, you get a very sharp doo. Like you can hold it. Doo,
Yeah.
but then they run it through this like it kind of breaks it down. Like if it's almost breaking, it's like
It gives you that like
scratch,
fluorescent
yeah.
bulb kind of vibe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But
It
there's a
feels
name
like
for it.
early it feels like 90s early internet video game music
Yeah.
tones in a way.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you just be in a place you just hear like I don't know, but done more sophisticatedly, I guess. But like, yeah, the music's actually really good. It's one of the best parts, I think, of the film.
Yeah. And you know, I know a lot of like my sister saw this. I know because they went to see this at the drive-in, and they were kind of like, it was okay, but I didn't understand anything. And you know, that didn't bother me as much because I there's things that you don't understand, but it didn't bother me with the story because you could still follow the story. Like, okay, this guy, he's struggling with his, you know, with what's going on with his wife, and this woman who's his therapist, who also has her own crazy struggles, that had an abusive mother. It's probably a big reason why she got into being a therapist. And she like goes and visits her childhood house like every fucking day, it seems like, and just kind of sits out there. And she has so much trauma. Another fucking trauma movie, as Scarpa would always say. All these movies got trauma just everywhere. But there's things like I knew that they if this movie succeeded, they're doing a sequel. You know what I mean?
They've already announced it, right?
Exactly. There's so much to the lore, and I love 80s films. I love John Carpenter, where you don't have to fucking explain everything, you know? Sometimes I don't mind going and trying to find some things out and then being like, oh, you know, just because I didn't know about the lore either. And I know they said, like, you know, it's okay. You don't have to know the lore. You can go in and still. And I think that is true. You don't really have to know all the lore. I think over time, if you've never watched anything, you will be explained in the next couple movies. You know, he's just not feeding everything to you. And I like.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll over-explain it in Backrooms Part 6.
Yeah,
it's always Part 6 where they over-explain everything. Okay?
Yeah,
so like just
just like in Freddy, you know what I mean? You didn't find out that his mom was raped by 1,000 fucking criminals until like Part 5. You know?
I can't wait till Backrooms 3D, bro. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, for everything not being explained, you know, I know there's some stuff like with the Xerox machine, like how they talk about that. I guess that's part of the lore where A6, I want to say, is that the company
A6,
or whatever?
Yeah.
Async, that that they started out as a Xerox company. And MRI, yes. And I don't know exactly how that connects, like how they found it, but I just know that somehow they stumbled upon these back rooms, and then ever since that they just would.
MRIs use like electromagnetics, and I feel like that would be how they would figure it out. I think thematically there's an idea of like MRIs like copy an image and then show it in a lesser form or something like that.
Right.
Yeah,
but yeah, and then they just where they don't really. I know that they let on like they can't really tell her what's going on, but I think they really don't know what the fuck's going on. And I love, a lot of people say that they love that line where it's like, how do you explain the back rooms? They're like, that's trying to explain what a dog is if you've never seen a dog. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be done. So I like that too, because it is really hard to fucking explain the back rooms.
That explanation is what you should use as the basis of why those people look the way they do in the back rooms. Right? Yeah. You're trying to, the back rooms is another dimension, basically.
Right.
And it's just like an MRI machine takes images, it chops it up, right? Mm-hmm. And it takes these images. It's trying to recreate things, but it doesn't know how because it has no context, right? Yeah. So it takes the memories of the people that enter the back rooms and takes it from their mind. And our memories are not clear, right? Like they're clear. And every year that passes, we remember things differently or less.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
So that's why their faces, they have 3 eyeballs, or their faces are like 3 of the same different things, or elongated, or their proportions are wrong. It's because it's trying to copy their memories, and it's not doing a very good job.
Yeah. Basically like that thing where like if all 3 of us experience some event, something crazy, and then we go back to tell people about it, my story might be a little bit off.
Right.
Then yours is one way, mine's a little bit tweaked.
And then like if you've seen somebody maybe once or twice in your life 5 years ago, and then somebody's trying to say, well, who was the guy? It's like, oh, he had like brown hair or something like that. Right? You don't really remember.
I heard that's a thing too with the Backrooms, where something where your brain, like where Chiwetel's character, like that guy sitting down, he doesn't remember him, but that might be a guy that he saw 10 years ago, just walked past him.
Right.
But his brain still somehow remembers it, and I think that's a big part
vague
of it.
memory, right? Even the rooms within the back rooms where you would go into a room and you would see the same piece of art hung multiple times, it's because you just may remember the room looked like this from this angle, and there was this piece of art either there or there or there, and it almost feels like an AI copy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It was giving me those kind of vibes. 6 fingers, multiple eyes, multiple of the same paintings. And I don't think the movie's making a statement on AI. I think this even goes back further than that to the original lore of what the Backrooms represent, which is about memory, right? Which is memory. If you're trying to construct a memory, bro, if we want to get hypnotized and go dive deep into our subconscious, maybe it can be recreated perfectly. But if you're trying to recreate a memory, dude, I remember having a story. I put somebody who wasn't even there in the story when I was telling it. And that person goes, I wasn't there. That was your sister. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And how would I not know if it was a homie or if it was a sister, right?
Yeah. That's why the rooms are mostly empty, because the people that entered the back rooms, they either died or left the back rooms. They never stood there long enough. So the rooms become more and more empty as it tries to remember the thing, right? So like you saw her house, remember her house? It was in the movie, and then it did this shot where it kept going down and all the furniture kept sinking and things.
And do you remember that corner? That corner where there would be like an opening, a wider opening, a smaller, a crack, just a memory of somebody busting in that part of the room, right? And that part of this geometry.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Now I'm starting to think this movie's more clever than I thought initially.
Well, I'll get to it when I talk about Bite.
I was gonna say that's another reason why, like, I really do kind of appreciate it, because it's one of those where, like, we might not pick up everything now, and I think over time you'll appreciate the first one even more once we get a second and third. And then there's just other things like us just kind of coming together talking about it that you're like, oh, now I kind of noticed this or that, because your experience with it is different than mine, and Robbie's is different than mine too. But instead of me keep going on, Robbie, what did you think about it? And we'll get to Fable and see what he thought.
I'm watching this movie. The movie starts. I'm transfixed, right? There's a couple people. By the way, the theater was full. My theater on a Sunday afternoon, I showed it to my movie theater. I have not seen it this crowded in the parking lot in forever. I'm like, oh, it's Toy Story. Don't worry about it, okay? So we go into a tinier theater, and I think they got 18 theaters or some shit. We go into one of the tinier ones, and it's still like halfway full, right? For people watching this movie weeks after. That's awesome. That's not something I typically see at the movies. Like, when I go see Disclosure Day next week, I guarantee you nobody's in that fucking movie theater on a Sunday afternoon. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you. However, this movie, people were there. There were a couple people next to me. I get it, man. Eat your fucking Sour Patch Kids. Eat your Twizzlers. I do the same thing. But can you not just open the whole goddamn bag up first? Put them in a goddamn cup. Like rattling. Get the fuck out of me here. And then somebody over there kept turning on their fucking phone. All right. That being said, it wasn't that bad of an experience. It only happened a couple of times. But I'm watching this movie, even though that shit's happening, those distractions, I get riveted into this movie. I get like brought to attention. I'm into it. Then there's a moment where I start kind of dozing off, right? Now, was it the edible I took right before I went and watched the movie? Maybe, but I have experience with these things. But dude, I was finding it hard to stay focused into this movie until we got to that found footage shit. Well, it's not really found footage, right? But like you were talking about, Dylan, when they have their camcorder and they're recording, instant to attention, bro. It was like I was just attuned in. And then the movie kind of lost me a little bit. Like, we've talked a lot about the lore. We've talked a lot about some of what we think the thematics are and maybe this and that. I think the movie is clever. I think the movie has a very strong first act. It has a solid second act, but I do think it has a weak third act. When I came out of this movie, I said, what the fuck was that supposed to be about? Why is she holding her goddamn stone fingerprints in her fucking hand to defeat the demon? What the fuck is this? And I was like, I need more time to dwell on this. Like, let this sink in. But I feel like this is a young director who had some thoughts and just couldn't quite make it come together at the end. I think this movie's really good. I like this movie a lot. I'm going to give it a very high score. But I do think the movie right now is slightly overrated. And when I say slightly overrated, I don't say that it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's not the best movie of the year. It's not, to me, Obsession.
No,
Obsession
no.
was
I
like
agree.
start to finish a perfect film that went beyond my expectations.
Yeah.
This movie goes beyond my expectations and then kind of disappoints me in my expectations that it sets up. I feel like the third act is a little bit of a mess. They lose the focus of the characters. When we go from the dude, Captain Clark or whatever the fuck, right, to the chick, the psychologist.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's a common thread in the movie that really pulls us through. It does a great job of capturing the atmosphere and the mood. There is something about the mood. I will watch this movie multiple times. I will own this movie. I will watch every sequel to this movie. This is a franchise, I think. But I think the strongest part was the found footage. I actually, unlike what I would typically say, I would say this movie should have been all found footage. And I think maybe we could have had a little, it was trying too hard, I think, at times to be more than just the concept of what the Backrooms are. And I don't think it landed everything. I think it's trying to dive into this theme of loneliness, isolation, abandonment with spaces, places, and people, right? With planes, trains, and automobiles, right? That's why you like, why is all the dirty laundry there? How many socks have you lost? You never saw them again, did you? Where'd they go? Where'd that t-shirt go? Where did my Night of the Living Dead t-shirt go from like 20 years ago? It was badass. I loved it. I wore it all the time. Where did it go? Where did these people that you knew? Where do these people? Where do these places? Where do these things? Where do they go? I love the idea of the liminal space and how that ties in to other dimensionality. I also think there's a alien contact kind of idea to this movie as well. It's kind of laid in there. But overall, because I'm rambling and I realize that now, this is what I like to do when it's late on Sunday night. But I haven't really unpacked all my thoughts about this movie, but I think it was very interesting at first and very engaging. Then it started losing me, pulled it back together with that found footage or the camcorder bit.
Yeah.
And then that third act, though, once he like captures her, it kind of loses me. And I kind of find it slightly silly from that point forward. So I'm kind of like, about that. I'm like 6, 7. Yeah, I'm like that right now.
Once Chiwetel captures her?
Yes. And once they go into that TCM bit that you were talking about, right? It loses me just a little bit. I feel like there's a lot not that doesn't connect. And I feel like her story doesn't really fully connect either. I feel like there's something there, right? There's supposed to be like, there's a lot of like duality in this movie where you have like certain scenes repeated twice and certain characters repeated twice. And I mean, the whole idea of like the upper rooms and the back rooms, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Right. But like, I don't know. I feel like there's an idea that's not just, it's just not fully baked, right? It's like when somebody gives you a really good cake with great flavor, but it's a little doughy, right? Or maybe a little dry.
I wish
this one might be a little doughy, I would say.
Yeah. I wish Chiwetel would have kind of stayed the main character, but I mean, I get what I do, but I wasn't as satisfied following her as I was Chiwetel. I think the first 2 acts are definitely a lot better. And then even like the ending is a little confusing. You kind of figure like the scientist, like, yeah, you're fucked. You know what
I
I
have
mean?
not
But,
seen a theater so silent after a movie since the end of Blair
yeah,
Witch Project. Like
I,
everybody was just like, and I had people all around me, and I kind of looked at. I was alone,
is there a
but I
credit
looked at
scene?
them, and they're just nobody's saying shit to anybody, dude.
Yeah, I
And I think
believe it
they're all
for
just
that.
going, "What the fuck was that?"
That's
Like
yeah.
a cartoon pirate? I don't understand.
Yeah. I think they were too scared to go all the way with the found footage too, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think they thought maybe
Was
that
that
was,
not the most riveting part of the movie, though? When that
it
dude
was,
gets
yeah.
fucking pulled down, he's like, "Don't let
Dude,
go,
that
don't
shit
let
was
go."
crazy.
I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my god!" Genuinely was getting fucking goosebumps in the fucking shit when he was down there with all the dirty, musty laundry. He's like, it smells bad, and he sees something. He's trying to go up this fucking, because I've had dreams where like I'm in my old high school and I'm going up I'm going down my hallway and it goes up and then narrows to a
Yeah.
window, and that's like a scary, like trapped kind of vibe. And that whole segment of this fucking shit, dude, was giving me like anxiety like a motherfucker, dude. I was like, oh, it was so effective.
Yeah.
And I just wish that they would have just kept that element of the movie going.
Yeah, there's not really much of it, like at all, honestly. There's really not much of it. And because like especially once you get with the chick, and Evan made a good point, they do kind of like a little time jump once like he's kind of like he goes and kind of confides in her about it, like trying to find the girl, and he seems like he's a little, a little weird, but because of what he's trying to explain to her, he sounds crazy, obviously, but he's still fine. You know what I mean? And Evan kind of said he's like, but then obviously they do that jump because he goes back in there, and you don't know how long he's been in there. But when she finds him, he's fucking kind of off his rocker now, and that's obviously because he's
fucking gone.
He's gone.
Maybe the sequel will be that 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever where he's in there. Like I don't fucking know, because now he already knows that the entity is him. So he says, "Don't worry, it's just me."
Yeah.
And then he when he refers to the guy, he says us and shit like that. Like I don't fucking know. I'm very curious though, man. What Fable has to think about this shit, dude.
Yeah. What'd you think, Fable?
Well,
this week
when I went to the movie theater, it was completely empty.
Really?
I was the only person in there. And I had no idea what Backrooms is. I have no context, no clue. All I know is it's called Backrooms. That's it. And so ironic after watching the movie. It was like, oh, I just watched a movie about liminal spaces in a liminal space. This is fucking crazy.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, maybe
I didn't even understand it until I did it. But
you were watching a movie within a movie within a movie. That was beyond 4D.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. 5D.
And let me tell you, knowing that I was gonna watch a horror movie and I was alone in that theater, I was creeped out. I'm looking around a little bit, like, am I really about to watch this crazy shit by myself?
Dude, it's like being in a church sanctuary and nobody else is there. It's the scariest place in the world. I don't understand why, but it is.
Yeah, exactly. But there you go. That's the genius of it, right? It hits upon this primordial fear that is the basis or the foundation of almost all horror movies. Why are you scared when they're going down that hallway? When they're going around that corner? There's nobody around, right? This is the
yeah, man,
the foundation of a lot of our horror movies, and and nobody's ever fucking just put a spotlight on that by itself. And I think that's part of the genius of this film. But anyway, I'm watching this movie and I'm digging the suspense of it, right? I'm digging the build up of things, like what's going on? Where is this place? Oh, that's weird. That's crazy. You know what I mean? And I'm digging the whole vibes that it's throwing out. And I'm loving it. And it keeps building, and it keeps opening little mysteries in my mind. How is this happening? How is that happening? What the fuck is going on here? Who the hell are those people with their faces all fucked? Like, what is this shit? And then it just ends abruptly with an image, and I was like, well, that was a cock tease and a half. What the fuck?
What kind of Blair Witch bullshit is this?
I was like, this is what we just teased the shit out of me for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then I just didn't understand the ending. But I'll tell you this. I had my thoughts about it, and that's why I slowly started coming around from being like, that was pretty good to no, this movie's actually very, very smart and on the low, a genius movie. Because it stuck with me. It stuck with me in a way that had a movie hadn't stuck with me in years. I kept thinking about this movie. I kept thinking about the liminal space and the fear. And then I started doing research. I started doing the Google, going down the YouTube rabbit hole. And I found out a bunch of shit like, yes, there are things that are not spelled out for you, but they are there if you pay attention, right? Like the time jump. I also was confused, like Evan said, about the time jump. Like, how can he be this crazy already? Right? Like, how can he be this sick already? But if you notice when she goes to his store, there's a bunch of mail on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that tells you right there that they've been there. He's been there for weeks doing this.
Yeah. And
Right?
another thing, because you see the same envelope.
Right.
So you know it's the same junk mail, right? Or the same
Exactly.
bills coming
Not only
through.
that, but he's lost his mind to the point where he can actually eat one of these things and accept it.
Yes.
You know what your
Right.
mind has to go through in order to eat another being, right? Like the
I don't
way
know,
he,
Fable, do you?
no, but we've all seen those movies, man. We've all seen those movies. And
I've
fucking
seen
Right.
Alive, man. That movie fucking
Alive, yeah,
terrified
you
me
know
when
what
I
I'm
was a
talking
kid,
about,
dude.
right? So there's a lot of symbolism. He doesn't spell a lot of shit out for you, but it's there. Like this movie, and some of this is my own thoughts, but also the things that I've looked up and the theory videos that I've seen since then. Because, like I said, it's stuck in my mind. So this is just a sticky movie, and this movie is definitely about trauma, just like Dylan said. It's about Clark's trauma and his therapist's trauma, because his therapist, it's obvious that her mother traumatized her as a little girl, and to the point where she had to be committed to a hospital. You guys remember those scenes where she's leaving her in the mental institution and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So she tries to create bullshit like psychobabble bullshit that she doesn't even believe herself. Right? Open the window to your mind. Open the window. And there's even a scene where she sees her own commercial and she's looking at it like, this is bullshit. Like, this is her commercial. This is her theories. This is her psycho, theories and stuff about the mind, and she doesn't even believe it. And like I said, you just have to pay attention to these little things. And if you do, the movie opens up so much, man. Like we were talking about memories, trauma, right? The back rooms is trying to copy people. It's trying to copy our world, right? But it never really gets anywhere until it meets Clark. I think Clark may be one of the only people that's been in there the longest. And Pirate Clark is the manifestation of what Clark hates about himself. He's so embarrassed to be Pirate Clark. He's so embarrassed that he sells furniture, period, right? And that scene where they're in the where they're when they do the role play twice, they both come through a breakthrough. I don't know if you saw that, but they both came to a breakthrough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? She came to a breakthrough where it was like, you fucking just keep blaming yourself or whatever. You blame everybody but yourself and all that shit. And he's like, yes, you're fucking right. And the minute that he has that breakthrough, that's when Pirate Clark starts to eat his ass, because the Backrooms
Right.
does not want Clark to leave.
And once he's given up, right?
Yeah.
Because like they both, like at the end especially, he comes to the revelation. He's being truly honest with himself. I don't want to change.
Yeah.
And she comes to the revelation of, I can't help you change.
Right. And they talk about these loops, these infinite loops of these decisions that they make in their lives. And that's kind of what the back room is. It's like an infinite loop of rooms and memories, and you know what I'm saying? Like it is actually quite genius. And I didn't realize it when I first saw it. So anybody who comes and says this movie's I don't know about it, I am there with you because that was me. But luckily, because of the stickiness and because I went in down that rabbit hole, I it opened up a whole new layer, and I think this movie is fucking amazing, and one of the most interesting ideas. And I am right there with you, Dylan. If there's any movie that I think needs a part two, it's absolutely this one. This one definitely warrants a sequel. And I do disagree with you, Robbie, about the found footage. I think the liminal space has to be explored from every angle, and you can't do that from a point of view camera. You have to do that from multiple angles. And like Clark coming down that hole, when he's doing those turns, the first time he gets there, and he's the way they film that, it has to be done that way in order to give you the scare, right, of where the fuck he's at and what's around that corner. You can't get that with the found footage. Now, the found footage used was really good. Like, when
I think it works in conjunction, right?
Yeah,
and I think you make a great point. It works, like that found footage works because of what they set up before, but then the camera work becomes repetitive from that point forward, and they don't break it again with more like found footage camcorder. I think they could have used a little bit more of it to break up some of that.
Well, I would have liked
into the second act or the beginning of the third.
I would have liked if they found the initial room that researcher was in, right? Because there was a research station with a VCR and a TV and all that, and it looks like
it's his bag that dude finds, right?
Yeah, and that's another thing I would have liked to see more explored too. So there are little things that I'm like, damn, they left so much on the table. But at the same time, that's why it stuck with me. That's why I was so like I had to explain this movie to myself and figure out what the fuck I was seeing. And when I realized what they were doing with this kid, it made me feel like, damn, this kid is deep. This what's his name?
Kane Parsons.
Kane Parsons is a deep young man, bro. Like he on the low. He's gonna be a great filmmaker.
Some of the shit I couldn't think of in my wildest fucking dreams.
That's why, like this movie, like I would love to see more of this mythology explored. And now, Kane Parsons and whoever winds up with, because he's only going to do like 2 at best, 3 more of these, or 1 at best, 2 more of these, right? A part 2 and a part 3, and then other people will take over. Whoever's like A24, whoever the fuck owns the rights to this shit. Like, be wary, because you're going to be constantly building expectation and having to deliver it, and you're going to have to deliver it. This movie has a lot of potential, right? And I think, like, I mean, I'm right there with you, Fable. I watched it today, right? So I didn't really have days to ruminate on it, but it already has displayed that stickiness to me, and I love that. I'm going to use that term all the fucking time now.
Yeah, no, it does. And let me just say 2 more things before we go on or whatever. The main actor, he's very good. Oh my God, he is so good. I was blown away by his performance in this film. And last thing I'll say is that Pirate Clark is scary as fuck, bro. That thing comes out, and the way it looks and the way it walks, coming down the hallways and shit like that. I was like, that is creepy as shit. Yeah.
Chase sequence is shot really well.
Yeah, and the music, like you guys said, I think the music is phenomenal. The way the music is a reflection of the Backrooms. It takes synth music that we probably are used to with John Carpenter and stuff like that, and then just like fucking makes it dead. I don't know. It's a cheap imitation, a bad copy of it, just like everything in the Backrooms.
It's like when you watch Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and he's like, "No, I'm not a movie scorer. Everybody just wants tones now."
Yeah,
right? Like it's like a deconstruction of like the feeling, like to its like simplest parts. So it's breaking down everything to its simplest form, right?
But I highly encourage everybody who liked the film more than average and was left with questions or has that stickiness I do, go watch some of the theory videos. Go watch some of your favorite YouTubers that break this stuff down, and it will open your mind to want to watch it again and again because you miss a lot and you don't even know. Yeah,
rabbit hole like watching. Yeah. They'll explain the movie, but they can also explain so much of the lore too, and then all these other people's kind of lore, and they'll be like, "This is Kane Parsons' lore, but there's other like lore to it. Well, not necessarily his, but he could be pulling from these other people's lore and kind of creating his own.
Well, it's like what Robbie said. Like, why is she beating the monster with her handprint? But you got to understand the significance of that handprint to her and what the Backrooms is, right? And then you'll understand why that is like. It doesn't necessarily defeat Pirate Clark because we see Pirate Clark on an examining table at the end of the movie. They captured Pirate Clark async. And I think that the lady at the end is a captured memory of her from Clark. Like, it's weird, but they don't tell you all of that. But if you piece it together, you'll
that would make sense.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I didn't think about it like that, honestly, but that would make sense, especially because you gotta think they probably don't bring people in to talk to. And that's probably why they brought her in, because she's a copy, you know?
Yeah. They've been watching the Backrooms and how it manipulates its architecture. And that's another thing. He's a failed architect.
And yes, I was when you mentioned that about the conversation, and he gets pissed because that's a big thing where his wife's trying to explore her dream of becoming a lawyer, and feels like he's a failed, provider. He's like, I put my dreams to the side to fucking sell furniture.
Here's things that I didn't notice that they said. The furniture, right? That's a mirror version of Clark's store. The furniture is the Backrooms trying to copy his store, but like you said, if you explain a dog to somebody who's never seen one, what do you come up with? And that's why the furniture's all fucked up and built up on top of each other and shit like that.
Can I real quick ask a question? Who are we explaining it to? All right, so like right before I went to go take a whiz real quick, Dylan was talking about so many people adding on to the lore of the Backrooms. And as I was going and I was taking a whiz, I started thinking, oh, the Lovecraftian mythology is the same way. A lot of people added on to the lore of that. Holy shit, this is very Lovecraftian. Like a void out there filled with entities, beings that maybe don't have our best interests at heart.
No.
Then understanding that it's a reflection of us. And what y'all were talking about when I came back, it's a reflection of the store. Describing, I thought that line was so stupid when I was watching the movie. Describing a dog to somebody who's never seen a dog and then asking them to draw it. I'm like, that's the most ridiculous thing to fucking say. It doesn't have to be a dog. You just say whatever the fuck. Like, if somebody doesn't understand something, they don't understand it. But then thinking about that, like the furniture story is the furniture. Because I was thinking about discarded bits of everything, right? Because he said everything. This everything is down here, right? But like we're just seeing. Think about how big it is, and we're just seeing the very small amount spawning off of this furniture store, right?
Not only that, but the entities inside of the Backrooms are feeding on our memories.
Yes,
because remember the employee that he had, the one with the camera. He had a shirt that said apartheid or something, free apartheid. That same shirt is in the pile of clothes where the creature grabs him and takes him into the thing.
Yes.
When
so
Clark
I want to know.
When Clark tries to leave, that's when the creature turns on him. He's been living with this creature the whole entire 3 or 4 weeks. And then it turns on him when he has the breakthrough and he's like, you're right. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the creature turns, because they want them to be there so they can create these fragmented memories so they can feed.
Yeah,
that's why you see the clothes. The clothes are the remains of the copies of people that have been in there.
Well, this is what's crazy. So now we're diving into this now. So like, why? Who are the entities? The entities are not just copies. Somebody is making these copies. Who? All right. Here's the thing. There is an extraterrestrial alien element to this movie, right? And I think it dives very deep into actual like Jacques Vallée, John Peel kind of stuff, right? And so the last line of dialogue you hear in this film is, "We are from planet Earth," and whatever. It's because that cutout is a caveman, and it's playing the record. That record is what we sent on the Voyager probe.
The NASA record,
right? So that's very interesting. So does that mean that we're sending this out and now aliens are responding? No, but it means that this async company found another dimension that is populated by entities, or maybe not. Maybe they didn't know if it was or not, but they put out these things, those cavemen cutboard. Because when you go to their, at the end of the film, when we go to their when we're in their home office and they're interrogating, what's her name? The dude from Creep is, right? Phil, right? My name is Phil, right? So, what's your name? Phil. he's so just like, it's just like his performance in Creep. He's so normal at first, and then there's something unnerving about him. But you see that there's a room filled with those cardboard cutouts.
Yes.
And they're all displaying that same message. And at first I was like, oh, is this a forgotten piece of something, like a mall ad or something? No, it's also relegated just to this fucking furniture store, bro. Well, everything, it's everything. Async, because even the woman in red is his ex-wife, right?
But it's async trying to capture an entity.
Exactly. It's them trying to communicate with something.
When they trip the wires, that sleeping gas comes out.
Yes.
Because they're trying to capture one.
They're trying to capture one. And so those fucking cardboard cutouts and that fucking, so they're using the same methodology that we used going exploring space into exploring inner space.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's fucking brilliant to me. Like, that's something I caught on to. I was like, holy shit, I knew what this shit was. I was like, I know what that record is. Fuck, dude. That's Carl Sagan shit right there, man.
Again, I didn't, like I said, if you see this and you're confused by it and whatever, I do not blame you, not 100%. But if you are just curious and you catch these little things, well, I didn't catch them, so I had somebody else catch them and be like, look at the mail under the door. He's been there a while. Look at the T-shirt this guy's wearing and the clothes that are on the thing. Look, look at the rock that she has with the handprint on it. And going through all that, I was like, holy fuck, this movie is genius.
Yeah. Dude, one more thing about that mail, because I wanted to say this earlier. It's not just that the mail's been there for so long. It's that door is unlocked and all the furniture is there. Nobody gives a fuck about this store. This is the store that's on its way out. Not only does this dude he hates his job because he owns a failing furniture store, bro. Yeah. Right? Nobody even tries to push the door. Nobody's even attempting to rob this fucking place of its shitty furniture.
He is the perfect thing for the back rooms to feed off of.
Yes.
His grief is what is fueling the back rooms. And like I said, as soon as he decides that she's right, the step therapist is right, and he's like, he tells the monster, it's okay. We don't have to. The monster just fucking eats him.
Yes.
And
dude, another thing, I wouldn't be against the idea, even though that Async is exploring this shit before. Other dimensionality, we're fucking around with space. Space is connected to time. I'm kind of thinking right now that Clark created the Backrooms. It was his isolation, his sunkenness, his like, it almost like creates the opportunity.
Well, he creates the space that he's occupying, if that makes any sense. The space that he occupies, that's what he's creating. The back rooms, how can I say this? The back rooms always existed because as you go further down these hallways, you'll start seeing different architecture. It's not just office space buildings anymore. Yeah. Now you're in like a bathhouse.
Yeah, the bathhouse bit, dude. Like,
right. So this is other parts of the room.
When he's in the Christmas room?
Yeah. What's happening is when Async opens the door by making their MRI machines having an accident, the Backrooms had a taste of people, and now it wants more. So it's opening doors on its own. That's why Clark's basement has the two little switches that weren't there before. Remember? In the electrical box, he was like, who the fuck built this shit?
Yeah.
The electrician was like, who did this? That's the Backrooms. trying to get people to get in there so it could keep feeding off.
And it's building on memories, copies on
It's
copies,
crazy, dude.
copy of a copy of like the Nine Inch Nails song, bro. And everything gets so deformed. By the way, Backrooms totally eligible for Christmas time coverage. This is a Christmas movie. There is Christmas music and a Christmas tree in it. That scene fucked me up the most. I think that's a memory of his.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Because I think the woman in red is his ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think that dude in the wheelchair with the lamp or whatever the fuck is somebody he knows. They're all people. Like, this is just a world creating. Now, here's what I'm asking. Are there multiple Backrooms doing all this? Or is it just starting with Clark and now it's moving to her? That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's opening now all over
the movie ends where we go into her world.
Yeah. Oh, right? Yeah. Well, by the end, you see that because you see her neighborhood. When she's running, you see her house and stuff.
Exactly.
So that's why you see that demented version of her at the end.
Bro, I cannot wait till Backrooms Part 2, man. Dylan signed me up for the show already, man. Let's go. But I like this movie way better than I did an hour ago.
He doesn't. And again, he doesn't hold your hand like you guys said. He doesn't explain any of this shit to you.
Got you, brother.
And I could understand how anybody would be lost because I was one of them. If it wasn't for the fact that I was just like, it's so intrigued, I would have left and said, that was all right. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. The ending was what I was most confused on. The ending and then just kind of how things work, obviously. But I was following like the trauma storyline between like mostly Chiwetel. Her storyline was a little more confusing. I was kind of like, what the fuck's going on with the house? And like, you know, but they kind of, because they sprinkled that in a little bit.
Her mom
less.
Was like afraid of everything outside, kept her in, and then like basically the police had to break in, take the mom to the hospital.
Well, there's a theory online that says that that there was a entrance to the back rooms in the house, and that the mom knew that, and that's it. She didn't want anybody to go outside, kind of thing. That's the theory going along.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Okay. God damn this movie.
I say you'll be glad to know that Kane for the sequel, he's not trying to pull a Damien Leone where he's trying to just do all this on his own. I guess right now he's looking for a co-writer to help him, which I think is really smart. I'm sure he did.
Yeah, but, Will Sudik. Will Sudik worked on this one with him. So.
I think though that's super smart.
Why wouldn't he just go back to Will? Where's the beef there? That's what we got to find out. That's the true story of the Backrooms. What happened there? Why did he not just call up Will again and say, part 2, baby, let's go?
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder maybe if he just wants to explore someone else. Maybe that wasn't true, but I saw something today just about that he was currently looking for another collaborator.
Yeah, I saw the same thing, man. Yeah, he's looking for a writing partner. Yeah,
I like that though. At least I don't know. Maybe he just wants like another fresh perspective.
That'd be a good idea.
But maybe there was some beef.
Or he's just like, bro, sorry, man, you're not. Yeah. This is my thing, not our thing. Just so you know.
Can't let you get too attached.
It's like a Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore, kind of thing. Like, just so you know, Walking Dead's me, right? Just not, it's not us, it's me.
Right.
How much do I got to pay you to agree to that?
But I definitely think that's a good idea. At least he's got a good mindset that he's not trying to take all this on his own. True
Gun says he should call me and Fable, man. But yeah, we got it figured out, bro. Kane, we're on YouTube too, man. You can reach out, man.
Right.
Trust me, I'm not that smart. It took a bunch of fucking research to find all that stuff out.
Fable, I know you. If me, you, and Kane met in fucking New York and had some drinks, we would figure out the next 6 movies. Then, because I would be the one like, all right, we got to build up to 6 where it all goes fucking ham.
And if you want to jump off and stop directing after 3, I could pick it up for you and I'll direct 4.
I'm not directing 3 because that one's gonna be in 3D. So
no way.
Yeah, mine will have all the exposition dump like she was raped by 1,000 psychos.
We figured it out, man.
Yeah, that shit. But yeah, I definitely hope it doesn't take forever to get a sequel, because I'm still waiting on Talk to Me 2 to come out, which I thought that would have came out by now already. Which they thought maybe they just wanted to take a back seat.
They did
I don't know
another
if
movie in between though, right?
that Bring Her Back,
I
which
haven't seen that though.
it
I
was
hear it's
though
really good.
it was I didn't like it as much as Talk to Me, but Talk to Me was one that kind of marinated and started to really blow my mind the more I sat on it. Kind of similar like this one is for you. But yeah, because this one I really liked 2/3 of it, and then like the especially the ending where I was like, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I still kind of feel like that with the ending. I don't know.
I still don't think it's fully cooked, man. I think we're baking it further here tonight, to be honest with you. But
what I liked the best was like with the conversation with her and the scientist. You know, that was which you kind of wanted a little bit more out of that conversation, but you understand why they're not going to give you all that, at least in this one, you know. And I do like though that like from time to time you get the little TV feed, and you know like somebody's so especially like us, we don't know what the fuck's going on, so you're like somebody's watching all this, you know what I mean? Like, is this, you know,
there is a
a
lot of
Matrix
Stranger
type
Things in here, though, right?
situation?
Isn't there a lot of Stranger Things though, where you can have technology cabled in through this like portal or something, and like, but where's their technology going through? Because it's not through the portal. And the fucking captain.
They
pilot,
have at the end they go through the async has a permanent doorway that they've opened.
Is that is that the crack that she jumps out of?
That's what they go through when they bring her out. They've been doing this for years. They've been trying to study this place for a long. They used to be an MRI company, and they fucking stopped being an MRI company.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I don't even think we're talking, Dylan. I don't even think we're talking to the real Fable right now. I think we're talking to the Backrooms Fable.
Yeah.
Look how he keeps getting big and small. Have you noticed that? I mean,
this is the copy.
Hold on.
He was all like, ooh. That was so funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because he mentions too about him kind of going every day. He's like, I explore a little bit more of the back rooms, which is almost like a Stranger Things upside down thing too, where the scientists would like tie themselves to a rope and kind of explore a little bit and then have to get like pulled back in. That seems like what they were doing.
I think it ties in thematically to the idea of like him isolating himself so much, being so alone, he's like, you know, I'm not good with other people. You know, he says something like that, right? He's like, it just doesn't work out.
The scientist?
No, the Chuyito, right?
Chuyito, okay.
Right. So he's like, maybe I'm just better alone. And like, then he goes off there and explores, and it's like he's just repeating this loop of furniture store, drink, sleep, furniture store, drink, sleep, depression, anxiety, boom, boom, boom. It all piles up. That's what the Backrooms is replicating. It's almost it's like a metaphor for him. Him diving into those Backrooms is like a metaphor for him just existing in the cyclical nature of depression, right?
And the lies that he tells himself, because it's heavily implied that he beat his wife. He just doesn't say it. He's a drunk. He's a fucking drunk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's definitely an alcoholic.
Yeah. And
he's a failed architect.
Architect, this weird fucking architectural.
That's why I think the architect thing, I think he creates the Backrooms, man. I think he
I was gonna say it's very interesting that
with certain I don't know. I think
he creates.
This is why Kane needs to call me, because I think he's responsible, because he's the architect. He's designing it out. I think as he's designing it out, he's almost creating it subconsciously.
He does. You're right, but he doesn't. It's not the dimension that he creates. He creates the space within the dimension.
His camera
memory that create.
Yeah,
because I understand what you're saying.
They find his area of the Backrooms because of they see the furniture, the async guys. They see the furniture too. They see the pirate wheel sticking out of the wall, right? The seagulls, the dead seagulls.
Right.
And then you see this scene where this guy is in a room with his kids and he's watching the Pirate Park commercial.
That's why he's like, what?
He's like, that's the motherfucker that's been in the fucking bathroom. We found him.
You're right, dude. You're right. Fuck, dude. Shit. This might be the deepest we've gone in a while, Fable. Just meeting, man. Like diving deep into a fucking movie, man. Shit. We cover a
Diving
lot of
deep
movies,
into
man. We did not
Backrooms.
go this deep on some of the movies we've covered recently.
Yeah, wild, man. Yeah, it's a
Something
deep
magical
one.
about Dylan's horror show, Dylan. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Hey, man.
You create a
I let
space for magic to happen, and you are a
I
part of that
do my
magic.
best. I
When did
do
you
my
watch the
best.
movie first, Dylan?
I watched it like the first week it came out, so it's been marinating for a few weeks,
Wow.
and then I rewatched it today.
Good. Okay.
So yeah,
So
and
you've
then I
watched
was
it
watching
twice.
some explained videos. Yeah, I've seen it twice. I
I
was
want to take
actually
my
gonna go
boys
see it
too,
at the
man.
drive-in, so I would have saw it 3 times, but I couldn't. My siblings went to the drive-in, and I was gonna meet them there, but I was like, by the time I get there, I'll be like 30 minutes late. I was like, fuck that, so I didn't go. But that would have been cool to see this one in the drive-in because it was a double feature, Backrooms and Obsession. So that would have been a cool double feature.
I'm gonna have to watch it again on its last week and try to make sure I go in an empty theater like Fable.
Yeah, I'm
Like, I
dying
think
to
that's the
watch
way
it
to watch
again.
this fucking movie. In an
I
empty
am
fucking
so
theater with some
dying. Yeah, I want to
flickering
watch it
lights in the
again.
corner.
Because you know what, Robbie, you said something that didn't cross my mind until you said it, and now it won't leave my mind. The whole Cthulhian,
Lovecraftian shit, right?
Lovecraftian nature of it. I didn't even think that dimension is what Lovecraft does. Like,
Yeah. Cold,
yeah,
empty void.
yeah.
What's in there? We want to make contact with them? That's a bad
I don't
idea.
think so.
Look what I'm wearing. Synchronicity, baby.
Exactly. I didn't. That didn't cross my mind until you said it. Now it's like, holy fuck, this is Lovecraftian.
Yeah. Kane needs to call us, man. All three of us, man, dude. We're gonna plan out 10 fucking movies, and like Two Gun said, part 10 is in space.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that there's like a fucking well, I guess I mean if like this movie the creature or the monster was made up from Chiwetel's fucking mind, so they really can kind of do whatever they want. Like
Yeah, well,
or
the
I've
next
seen
one will start with what's her name's monster that we saw at the end of this one.
It might be her mother. That might be crazy.
yeah,
Brother.
that would be wild.
Is it, do we got a smile 2 situation where smile 2 makes smile better?
I was
Might
wondering because she didn't have a daughter or anything, so I was like maybe somebody will go looking for her and stumble upon it because that's kind of how obviously she finds him by looking
You know,
for
the
him.
crazy thing is they didn't dive too much into her life, but I got the idea that she leads a very isolated life, even amongst
Oh
them.
yeah. She's at that party and she doesn't give a fuck what anybody's saying.
Exactly.
That's on purpose. They're showing.
Oh, she's looking at the woman with her daughter or something, and there's something there that's not developed. Dude, this is even the looked into this fucking movie, man.
Yes, that's why I said it's genius on the low. If my caveman brain couldn't wrap around it the first time, I had to do all this thinking. But when I thought about it, I was like, holy shit, this thing is smart.
I know Kane ain't gonna call us yet, but Kane, if you're watching, my advice for part 2, keep the budget the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
More money
I was
this
gonna
time,
say,
but don't be tempted to spend more money. You don't need it.
no,
We don't
not
need
at
to
all.
see Inception bullshit. That's what we're gonna see. You know, that's what's gonna happen when this movie gets money. It's gonna be all like Inception, layers within layers, and it's gonna look so.
We got $100 million for this shit.
The analog is a big deal to this movie, man. That 1990 setting, seeing the cassettes and the videotapes on the fucking table and the technology. Y'all,
even his little office.
Did you not
his
get a
little
hard on
office
when you
with the
saw
little
that fucking video,
Macintosh.
that audio recorder go light up and start doing the wavelengths and shit? I got a hard on, dude. It was awesome, man.
I loved his little office when the electrician walks in. It's just like that classic, like old school, like 90s office, and he's got like the old little fucking computer on there and shit.
There's so much to explore that they can do. That's why I said if any movie needed, not needed, but warranted a sequel, be that. I mean, just the lights alone, the way the lights turn on in his thing. Remember the way the lights flickered? It flickered in this weird fucking pattern.
Yeah, that's what starts it. because
Yeah.
he's like, my electric bill is going up in the light, because he's living there, so he's like, the lights are
Yes.
flickering,
They
and
don't
he's like,
explain.
the power's off. I turned the
he turns
power
them all
off,
off. He turns all
Yeah.
the
and he's
fuses
like,
off.
and they're still flickering. He's like, when
Yeah.
is that? He's like, what's it? And
They don't.
his power bill is like
Yeah.
insane. He's like,
Yeah. And
so
they don't explain any of it. They don't say nothing. So there's room there for
yeah.
something.
And
There is
then
a
the
lot of Stranger
switches,
Things though. When
those
you think
two
about the
random
flickering lights
switches
and shit.
on the bottom of the
Yeah.
power box that are just like
Yes.
like that would never. It's so weird.
There's a lot of
And then
Stranger Things though, man. There's a lot of
and then
Stranger Things.
remember the TV. Remember he's watching the TV and he's watching that commercial for that guy who's obviously his competition.
Mm-hmm.
He's because he's doing the pirate
He's
ship,
the
and what's the
cowboy
one guy?
guy.
He's like cowboy. He's the cowboy guy,
He's gonna
and
be
then
the
it
villain of part
flickers to the
3.
back rooms. It's like he channels into the back rooms
Yeah.
somehow because it's going from the cowboy, then it goes to like a shot of the back rooms, and then the TV just turns off.
Because
Yeah.
the
So
backrooms
somehow,
want to absorb what is forgotten in a
Yeah.
way. Like
It
that's a
feeds
big
off of
theme of
you.
the movie, right?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
forgotten, like being forgotten, slipping
maybe
through the
that's
cracks.
maybe that's who that fucking other guy in the table scene was maybe it was the cowboy guy because he looked kind of like a chubby guy, and you don't really get to see him much, so you wouldn't really know. We wouldn't
He
really
had a lot
know.
of fucking eyes, man. I'll tell you
If
that.
he,
That
Yeah,
if,
guy,
he sure
that guy was
did.
fucking creepy,
yeah,
man. He looked
Yeah,
like some AI shit, man.
he did. That makeup was great, right? Like that was fantastic.
yeah.
That was good.
I wonder how they did the pirate. The pirate, like if they got like a tall motherfucker or
They did.
somebody
It's
on
the same
stilts,
guy who
they
played
got
the
somebody
alien
on
and
stilts or something, didn't
same
they?
guy at the end of Romulus. Alien Romulus. Did you watch that?
Oh
Oh,
Guy.
yes, they
okay.
got him. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
guy.
That's
Yeah.
sweet. That motherfucker was, yeah,
Yeah,
he
when
was
he
good
came
at
in,
Alien Romulus.
I was like, that's Pirate Clark, but it's fucking Bizarro version. This is crazy.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Because at first I was like, this is kind of cheesy, but then you're like, and then because at first I didn't recognize it was him, and then when you get the close up and it's kind of like this, like, oh,
Mhm.
not super distorted, but a little bit, like kind of stretched in a way,
And it's
and I
also
was like,
like
that's
very,
fucking weird.
it's also very in like despair, kind of like its face
Yeah,
is like
it's really
sad.
actually fits perfect for the
Yeah.
back rooms because it's like
Mhm.
it's not supposed to be like super terrifying like the drawing. Like you think like, oh,
Yeah.
that's gonna be kind of weird, but it for what they do, I was like, no, that actually kind of works
But
perfect.
that's Clark's inner like resentment. He
Yeah.
hates he hates being a furniture salesman. He hates that he has to
Mm-hmm.
dress as this fucking pirate in order to sell
Yeah.
furniture to compete with this bozo that's dressing like a fucking cowboy, right? Like, and that's the
Yeah.
representation of that.
That's that little bit of heat we get when they do the first back and forth. And like at first, and he snaps and he's like, you could see like he kind of goes, like he snaps and then he goes back. He's like, yeah, I'm really sorry. Like I didn't really mean to do it. And she's like, no, it's fine. Like that's a normal reaction. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because you just kind of you just that conversation, you kind of get like so much of what he's going through, like a man that's failed as an architect, that's paying for his wife to go through college to become a lawyer and explore her dream while he's failed as an architect
Mhm.
and working a shit job that he fucking hates just to put food on the table. And his wife want kids and all this, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm trying to just get through my shitty day at the fucking furniture store and then have a drink to wind down. And you won't, you know what I mean? Like, and you're just giving me shit. He's just a guy that really fucking hates his life at this moment.
Well, his big
And
problem
it
is he's a
just
whiner.
feels like a failed man.
Yeah.
You said
His big
what?
problem is he's a whiner. He
Yeah.
doesn't take
Yes, that
responsibility.
too.
Right?
Yep.
That's the whole thing at the end, right? It's like, you're
Yeah.
just a whiner. You just complain. She didn't leave you because you're drunk or because you stumble in at all hours. She left you because you complain about everything and
Mhm.
blame everything on everybody else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
Man, this movie.
Yeah, I love that one little scene though when they're filming and he falls in the chair, which is kind of weird. But then he's like, "Turn the fucking camera off," because obviously he's super embarrassed. And then he's like, "Open the store," and she's like, it's been open. Like, so it's like not only is like he doing all this, but he's failing like at the furniture store as well. So he's failed as an architect, and now he's failing in this as being a furniture salesman. And the cowboy guy or whatever he is probably smoking him out the water. You know what I mean?
Everything, right? Being a
And
husband.
actually,
being a
I
owner,
just thought of
son.
this, but he's we keep talking about like, you know, the secondary like versions of it, the Backrooms of how it's like, you know, these shitty copies. He's kind of a shitty shitty salesman version of the cowboy guy. He's trying to do the pirate. He's trying to do like a lesser version of that.
He doesn't even know if he's a pirate or a sultan.
Yeah. It'd be nice if we could kind of get that. And he's like, shut up. Just shut up.
Was it like Captain Clark sailed the high seas of the Ottoman Empire? What? That's some mixed messages right there, man.
I love too, like when he's, you know, he's like limping around, but then when he sits down, I'm like, maybe you should zoom in that shot a little bit, because now you can just see his whole leg and like the fake fucking
walking on a goddamn chair leg, dude. Oh,
yeah,
it's gotta suck.
Fucking shitty, fucking what did you call that wood earlier for the table?
Particle board.
A fucking shitty chair made out of particle board. But yeah, man, I think Chiwetel was, you know, he's not as big because obviously he's been, you know, he didn't have a huge role in, you know, the MCU, but he is one of those actors. And I think, I don't know, did he get an Academy? Because he was in 12 Years a Slave, I want to say. I think he was one of the guys in 12 Years a Slave.
I think he was, but I don't know.
But he's everything he does. He was in Four Brothers. And he was great as the villain. I think he was in that though, in the 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, I'll do that, Evan. I plan to watch a bunch.
I was gonna say
modern stuff, dude.
That Hokum, man. I was actually gonna say we should try to review that at some point because that was a good one. Have you heard of that one, Robbie? Hokum?
Real quick,
he
was nominated for Best Actor for 12 Years a Slave, but he did not win it.
He didn't win it. I'm surprised that didn't win it. I thought though that he was in 12 Years a Slave. But yeah, Hokum was really good.
I have not seen Hokum. By the way, that was the year that Matthew McConaughey won for Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Those are two big movies.
I want to watch Hokum, and I know that we're about to rate this thing and get up out of here, but I know like, I don't know, like 2 weeks from now is like the day after the 4th of July. I don't know if Dylan wants to do a show the day after the 4th of July.
I'm fine with that.
But if he did, I think we should do something very stupid and patriotic, something as dumb as something like, I don't know, Uncle Sam Wants You Dead, or some bullshit like that, or any other 4th of July themed movie you can think of.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of off the dome. Think about it, Dylan.
I will. Yeah, I was gonna say Uncle Sam is
I don't like that movie.
I was gonna say I'm gonna look to see if I can find maybe a better one, but if I can't, then we'll do Uncle Sam. But yeah, I probably won't be doing shit. The day after 4th of July, that's completely fine with me. This week I'm having a 4th of July cookout, so I'm actually glad because my sister was like, "Oh yeah, you did the stream today because you got the cookout next Sunday," and I was like, "No, I completely forgot." But thank God we decided to do it this week because I wouldn't probably have been able to do it at all next week.
Yeah,
so
the day after 4th
that
of
worked
July,
out perfect.
4th of July is on a Saturday, Sunday night. Everybody's chilling.
I would say
I don't know. I'm just saying,
be perfect.
I might be available, Dylan. So.
Shoot, did we ever do like I Know What You Did Last Summer? I don't know if you're big on those, but those are 4th of July. I see your face.
I haven't seen that first one in a long time, man. But I'd be down. Isn't Sarah Michelle Gellar in that movie? right?
I
Yeah,
think so.
and
All right, I'd be down. I'd be down to do that one.
I was just saying because I think
I'd rather do that than Uncle Sam once you did.
I would say Uncle Sam is rough because I
Like, we
actually
should do that one day.
rewatched that like a year ago, and me, Tuga, and Scarpet were like, "This is fucking rough, man." Because it's like you think that's William Lustig, and it's Larry Cohen too. The guys did like Maniac Cop and all
Yeah.
that, and I was like, "Damn." Um, I guess Jaws, The Purge, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Uncle Sam, The Bay, and Return of the Living Dead. Those are
We've already done
your
Return.
picks.
We did Return on the day, right?
Yeah, I think we
Like
did.
July 3rd.
It's been a while. I mean, it's been a while, but
I say we do I Know What You Did Last Summer. I haven't seen that movie in a long
I'm
fucking
fine
time,
with
dude.
that.
I would love to do that. I
I'm
haven't
fine
seen
with
the new
that.
one either. I heard it sucked. So
It wasn't terrible. I think the show was worse. But yeah, it wasn't great.
I see
It
your
wasn't
face,
great.
Dylan. I see your face.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Um but yeah, I'm definitely down. I'm definitely down. I don't know if
book it. Let's
I don't
go,
know if
man.
Fable's down for that one because I can't remember if he's a fan of that, but yeah, that would be fun. And I got the
Listen,
4K for
they
that.
all can't be winners. Half of the
No.
reason that I love doing is just hanging out with you guys and talking about it, whether it's good or bad, man.
Hell yeah. Do the found footage movie The Bay. I don't remember that one.
We've already settled, man. Two Gun. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We already settled.
Well, there's always next 4th of July. The Bay. Okay, I do recall this one. But yeah, we'll do
Fuck, how
I
cheap
Know
is
What You
this
Did
movie on
Last
Amazon?
Summer.
I might buy it.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it in Prime Week, so
Anyway,
should
we're
be
plugging
cheap.
the next show and we should be wrapping up this one, right?
Yeah. Well, what are we gonna rate this then, fellas? Anybody in the chat, if you got to watch it, let us know what your rating is down below. You know how we do it. 1 to 5 slips, unless it's blood sucking freaks, and Robbie gives it a 0. Was that the one you gave a 0? I can't
Hell
remember.
yeah, man. The only movie I've ever given a 0, man.
For Bloodsucking Freaks?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still own that movie,
how did I
man.
know?
But I still own it. I think it's an important movie.
It is an important movie. It's an important
It's
movie
important.
for
First
sure.
movie ever given a 0. So it's like very important.
What do you think, Fable? What do you want to kick us off with the rating?
So right now, as it stands, I have to go with my initial experience. I can't give you the whole. I did the rounds and
Right.
did a that deeper dive into the film and all of that. I have to go with what I saw when I saw it. So I'm gonna go 4.5. I'm gonna go 4.5. I think it's very well done. I think it's very well acted. I think it is creepy in a way that I haven't thought of really in a long time. I never we all have this fear of these empty spaces or these weird barren places, but I don't think I've ever really focused on that as much as I focused on it in this movie, which is what is the point, right? It's the point of the film.
Right.
So I think it does a phenomenal job at doing that. But I also think that, and it's one of the reasons I don't want a sequel so fast. I want this movie to sit in people's minds for a little while. I want people to dissect it more and more. And I think with that dissection, the genius of it will emerge, and it will eventually be a stone cold classic 5 out of 5. But my initial thing, and it's more on me than the film, because obviously there were smarter people on YouTube that broke this shit down way better than I could have thought. So but it's more on me. But 4.5 for now.
Hey, that's if you were gonna add your thing on, you might give it almost a perfect 5 then. If you were that, because I thought it might go a little lower without your deep dive.
Mm-hmm. But I can't rate it on that because I gotta come out with my initial feeling, and I think you guys had the same initial feeling I had, where you're like,
Yeah.
this is pretty good, but it just ends abruptly. It's kind of weird. I don't understand this part. I understand that part, and I had those same feelings. So, and I'm pretty sure millions of people that watch this will have that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Can't be perfect, but it with time, I think it will damn near be perfect when we give it some time to ruminate.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Looks like Evan gave it a 4.5. Two Guns going 4.0 with the room to grow, especially after this discussion. Robbie, what do you think of my brother?
First and foremost, I want to say, just realized Fable is wearing a TLC shirt. So I appreciate that. I really do. I think I have that same shirt with black. It's like a black like shirt, but like, yeah, hell yeah, dude. Does it say no scrubs on it?
No, it's just regular TLC.
Okay, then you got a different shirt.
Yeah, it does say no scrubs.
Dude, that's the same fucking shirt I got, man. But I got, yeah, hell yeah. I can't quite fit in it right now, but we're working on it, man. We're working on it. Got to get up early and go walking.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Secondly, what about your friends, bro? Keep your hat to the back. Everything's going to be okay. So, secondly, I Know What You Did Last Summer is available on Amazon right now in a Steelbook Blu-ray for $18.
Oh, wow.
So
my
payday is on Thursday. I might just snatch that fucking shit up. I think that's a movie worth. It's one of those like Scream follow-ups that's worth owning. And I'm glad that you're giving me a reason to fucking spend $18, Dylan, and spend the Sunday night after 4th of July with you. So, and I'm very excited for that.
I'm super pumped. I'm a fan of that series, so I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really pumped. I also want to say, me and you, Dylan, missed a big opportunity tonight. We should have like stripped everything in our back.
Fable beat us to it, man. Fable is the only one.
Could you imagine? When part 2 comes out, we got to do it, man. Just be like, you know what? Fuck it. Take everything down, rebuild it when you're done. You know you want to reset it. You know, been using the same action figures, Robbie, for 2 fucking years. Just switch it around. Anyway,
need a decor change up.
I came out of this movie going, what the fuck? I really liked it. Didn't really vibe with the ending. Thought about it for a moment. I went live tonight, so I didn't really get to think and dwell too much on it.
Yeah.
But having this conversation with y'all, when I came out of the theater, I was thinking 3 to 3.5. And I think I settled at 3.5 on my drive home. Right?
Yeah.
And in this discussion, it's bumped up 4. I'm going to give it 4 slips /4 you digs, because I think now the you dig and the slip are very close. The economy's been crashed, y'all. I don't know if you understand what's been going on, but you know what? Slips and you digs are very close together now. 4 slips out of 5. 4 out of 5.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
With room to grow, like 2 guys, to be honest.
Sure. Yeah, I would say I could bump it up after our discussions tonight and then after my watching video, but I'm going to do like Fable and try to keep it without that. And really my biggest gripe was the ending, you know, which I think, like Robbie said, everyone in his theater, and I think a lot of people, even my sister, was like, what the fuck? She had to call me and be like, what the fuck was that? I was like, I wish I could tell you. You know, I can't, though. But I think Chiwetel was fantastic. I mean, you got to think for 19, 20-year-old to direct this, phenomenal. And I can't wait to see what he does. And I like that they don't spoon feed you everything. We talked about this a couple weeks ago where Curry Barker, the director of Obsession, was like, horror fans are the smartest in the world. Like we like going and watching YouTube videos after, you know, dig in and see what other people think and watch explained. Sometimes, you know, you just have to, but we also do that just because we want to. We want to see other people's views on it because other people have different views and pick up different things.
Yeah, because when this movie ends, everybody in the theater is just silent as fuck. Nobody says shit. They all just file out. By the way,
that might be intentional.
Yeah, and they all did that for Blair Witch, like I said. But, you know, I think last time we reviewed Blair Witch on PCP for Horror Fest last year, I think we mostly all gave it very high scores, 4 to 5.
Yeah.
As much as we love blood, guts, and tits and all of that shit, you know, these movies can be very, very smart.
Don't forget the fiddles, Fable.
And the fiddles and shit, yeah. but these films can be so much more, right? It can be so much more. It can be so layered
It's
and
almost like they can be
entertaining.
elevated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is all
A24 elevated.
I think we just hit the era of
Oh.
elevated horror for the first time ever.
This is an elevated review of
Right.
This was.
This is one of the most
I was high as
elevated
shit. I don't know
reviews
about
ever.
y'all, but I'm high. So
This is more elevated than our possession review.
obsession or possession? You did it again.
Possession.
Obsession.
You remember the possession? Did we do that? Or was it you? No, I think because I thought Verna was here too. Remember that weird ass with Sam Neill?
Yeah, I remember that
Who's
movie.
it?
Did I do that here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that movie's fucking awesome, dude.
yeah. Scarpad like hated it, but he ended up buying like the big umbrella set by the end of it. You know? So,
Sounds like Scarpass lost in some back.
they're supposed to be remaking that too, I think.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't want that, but
Yeah.
I think if they remake it, at least more people will watch the original.
Yeah.
Anybody who's never seen Possession,
I think a good director's doing it though. Also, I got to give you a heads up since we were talking about future reviews. We're gonna be doing Evil Dead, Burn.
Burn.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer.
Burn,
Dude.
baby.
It looked good. Look
It
good.
looks really good.
I know you weren't a fan of Rise, but me and Fable are so fucking excited. So
Dude,
we already
when I saw that trailer, see the trailer that everybody's maybe might have saw first is the one where she drinks the bath and shit
Parker
like that.
Finn, yes.
But the trailer that I saw initially was the one where she's crawling through the house.
Yes,
and
that
all
was the
this
teaser.
Wild shit is happening, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And then it says Evil Dead. I'm like, "What?"
That was like the first. Yeah, I wish that's all I would have saw, honestly, because they've shown a little too much. So if you can stay away from trailers.
I also saw the Resident Evil trailer for the first time today
Oh my
from
God.
our dude.
We got to do that
Barbarian
one too.
Weapons.
Yeah,
we got to do that one because that
We're
trailer
definitely-
looked good, dude.
I love Zach Kreger. Barbarian, you guys know Barbarian was one of my all-time favorite movies.
Weapons
So
is
that,
my favorite
like,
movie of last year, bro.
Yeah.
So,
Me and Evan went to see Weapons day one. We're huge Zach Kreger fans.
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and they just announced Evil Dead Wrath is going to be a prequel to the original. So, but Parker Finn is doing that Possession movie with Margaret Qualley from The Substance. So that
the guy who did the Smile movies.
The
right?
Smile, yeah. So that, but yeah, Evil Dead, Burn, and Resident Evil. I hope you can. I know me and Fable are for sure coming. I know you might. You're busy. You gotta come for that. I know you weren't a fan of Rise, but I'm hoping this one will bring you back around.
Watch it, man, I'm gonna watch it. Okay.
I know you'll watch it. I know you'll watch it.
I'll
But
be there.
hell yeah. But yeah, so my rating for Backrooms, to backtrack, would be a 4.25 with room to grow, obviously, because I would love a commentary from the director with this, like maybe the director and the writer or something, to maybe just mostly just to know, like, what were you planning for that? What the fuck is going on with the ending? I don't really need anything for the rest, but I would just love to know, like, what were you planning with that ending? And I just love commentaries, so that'd be cool, because I definitely will be buying this. I don't think I need this on 4K, though. I think I'd be just fine with this on Blu-ray, because I feel like the way it's shot, I think Blu-ray would be just perfect.
I agree with you a lot there. I'm not a big commentary guy, but this is one I would love to hear his whole process and thought behind these things, because everything that I've seen is just people's kind of like interpretations, right? And they're mostly spot on, but I want to hear where it comes from in his mind.
Exactly.
I would love that. Yeah.
Hear from the horse's mouth. That's for sure. Yeah, I would definitely like that. So yeah, so 4.5 from Fable, 4 from Robbie, and a 4.25 from me, and a 4 from Two Gun, and a 4.5 from Evan. That's like an average score of 4.369, brother.
Yeah.
It's back. And you see, the value of the slips is on the rise. So value of the slip is always on the rise, man, especially at DHS. But yeah, man, I'm so sorry to keep you guys 2 hours, man, but it was a legendary second show to be back on VHS, man. I appreciate you, Fable, joining. I know Father's Day is a hectic one, and I know you probably got work tomorrow, or either if or you gotta wake up with the kids, even if you're off tomorrow. So I know it's always hectic for you,
Hey,
and I
man.
know Robbie, you were just doing your own stream, so I
I
appreciate you
know,
coming
Robbie's
as well.
tired. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
boys are back
appreciate
in
both of
town,
you
though,
guys,
man.
man.
Boys are back
Yes,
in
sir. I
town.
appreciate both of you guys joining, man. I can't wait for I Know What You Did Last Summer. We'll have to try to see if we could fit that hokum in at some point too. But
Hokum, I want to see. Yeah.
by the time we do I Know What You Did Last Summer, we might already be at Evil Dead Burn, I want to say, because that's very soon. That's like July something. I
Yeah.
can't remember exactly.
Mhm.
And then
really?
Resident
Already?
Evil.
Fuck.
I believe
Alright.
so, yeah. It's
Yeah.
a summer. It's a summer one, I know.
Resident
so.
Evil is September, I think. So you might want to add that to the Horror Fest lineup.
Oh, that would be a good idea. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, good thinking. I didn't know that was September. I thought that was a little bit sooner, but yeah. Okay. Evil Dead Burn. July 10th. So yeah, a couple
Wow.
weeks.
That's a few
Jesus.
weeks. Jeez.
I was gonna say, but that, I mean,
I can do
hopefully
that.
we
I
can.
think my girl's out of town, man. So I think I can't do that. Like, so.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I was gonna say, because especially when it's a new movie, at least give you like a week's. But we'll figure that out when we talk for I Know What You Did Last Summer, and figure if we need like a full week to give both of you guys time. So I'm gonna try to go see that day one.
Yeah.
Especially when it's
Yeah,
something
it's
like
tough.
that.
It's tough for me to get out to the theater. I was lucky this week, but
I know.
hopefully I can. Hopefully I can get. I really want to see Burn, so I'll do.
That's
I'll try my
why I didn't want to put pressure on you for Obsession, because I just know it's just tough. It's just tough, period, man, to get out sometimes
No, but you
with
know
work,
what?
everything going on.
That show was perfect the way it was. You two are the original DHS guys. You know what I mean? Like, that was perfect. First episode, comeback. That was beautiful. I loved it.
Man,
And I
we would have
didn't
been
even
there.
see the movie. I was watching you guys the whole time.
Oh, we
We
spoiled the
would've been
fuck
there.
out of it,
Spoiled the
dude.
whole fucking movie. and you know what? I want to watch it because it's
Yeah,
really good.
dude. It's worth it. I want to watch it again, dude. Like, immediately, dude.
It was a good one, man. That was man, just both of these shows, man, so much fun, man. I literally was because I was talking to Fable right after, and I was just like, couldn't have been a better show to kick it off, man. Just couldn't have been. It was just so much fun. I was just like, man, me and Robbie used to just be like, what are we gonna go on and talk about? I'd be like, we'll just fucking wing it, and we would just sit there and talk for hours about just not have. I'd be like talking about horror. You go back and see some of the old live streams where it'd just be like talking about horror with Robbie.
You like horror movies? And like we just went off, dude. It was the first time on the internet I ever went off with somebody live. And it was what birthed the show, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Man.
Like I was just like, dude, we gotta do this weekly, man. We gotta just talk about horror movies weekly, man. Fuck this. What's the topic? Like Stuart Gordon, Eli Roth, whatever. By the way, everybody needs to go to Scarefest this year. In fucking Lexington, Kentucky. Soska Sisters are going to be there. Sean Cunningham is going to be there. Dean Cundy is going to be there. Eli Roth is going to be there. Fred Decker is going to be there. Who's the guy who did the Evil Dead remake? Fede Alvarez, is that his name?
Yeah.
He's going to be there. Sam Raimi's going to be there. It's like, they're having so many directors there this year. It's insane.
Holy shit.
And I'm hoping and praying for John Carpenter to be announced, y'all.
That would be
got
sick.
Dean Cundy and Dick Warlock announced already.
Dude. Imagine getting like a fucking Halloween poster signed by all three.
Last year they had Nick Castle. They had Tommy Lee Wallace. And they had so many fucking people last year. Dude.
Bring your slips.
Scarefest is where it's at. Everybody be there. Come on, y'all. Tell them
Where's it going to be? You said Kentucky?
Yeah, Lexington, Kentucky. October 23rd through 25th, 2026.
Dude, I've never been to a horror con, man, because they don't really get many good ones out here.
It's halfway between me and you, Dylan.
Yeah.
It's like the Black Eyed Peas say, Dylan. Meet me halfway.
Man. Yeah, that'd be sick, bro.
I want to meet this tall.
That wouldn't be a
fucking
bad drive. That
Sasquatch-looking
wouldn't be a
motherfucker.
bad drive. Yeah, that'd be sick. I'll have to
Everybody
look into
outside
it
of
for
here
sure.
is
Because I'd love to
abnormally
meet
tall.
Eli Roth. I'll have to wear a Prowler shirt when I see Eli Roth just to get in good with him.
Yeah, he likes that, man. I'm gonna wear the same goddamn shirt, man.
I got a Thanksgiving shirt, man. I'll wear that shit.
Thanksgiving.
Because he was supposed to come to Cleveland, and that was going to be the first one I was going to go. It was right after Thanksgiving came
Dylan,
out.
real quick, have you ever seen this? I don't think I've ever shown you this. Look what I got.
Yeah, hell yeah. His head comes off. Dude, I wanted to get one of those, but my Target sold out. That's sick, dude. I can't wait for the sequel. That's why he was supposed to come, and then he was supposed to be the main event. Like, he was the main one, and he had to bow out. I'm sure he was just so busy after they probably had no idea Thanksgiving was going to be as huge as it was.
Dude,
So,
I'm so happy that they've been committing to directors. I mean, I met Adam Green, I met Tom Holland. Like I said, Fred Decker's there's the Soska sisters from American Mary. Like, bro, I'm so excited,
Two
dude.
Gun would shit his pants to meet
I already
the
told him.
sister.
As soon as I found out, I sent him a message. He was like, dude, you got to get him on the show. I was like, I'm gonna try.
Dude, that would be crazy. You
All
still
right,
gotta
anyway.
get Adam Green, man.
Hey, man, I'm waiting for his next movie.
Hell yeah, I know. I think he's supposed to be making something. He's supposed to be making something right now.
He's been making something, so I'm just waiting for
a while. COVID fucked everything up, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the press, man. So
they
got my card. I got their info, so we'll see what happens.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, man. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry I didn't really get to shout out the chat. Thank you, everybody that came and hung out. We were just going down the rabbit hole, but you know, I was reading everything, man. I appreciate everyone. Two Gun, Brett, Evan, as always, Scarpad. I just saw you up in there. I know Jack's Law, Billy, hail Billy, brother. Jaguar. Hope I'm not missing anybody, but I appreciate everyone who came and hung out with us. We will be back. What was that? July 5th. July 5th, we'll be back Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, for I Know What You Did Last Summer. Thank you, as always. Appreciate it. Hope everyone has a great rest of their Father's Day, even though it's over now. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace out, y'all.